Hi everyone, today's video is going to be a closure transplant tutorial. I decided that I wanted to do another broke girl wig hack where I took a piece of a closure from one unit and used it to close a second wig. That way we can all save some money. Now this video is sponsored by Annabelle hair. I will have all the information about how I conduct my sponsorships as well as information about this hair down in the description box. Always check it out because there's a lot of information in there. The unit that I am using as my donor for this transplant is also from Annabelle. The hair is, I made it myself, I have a video. And what I'm doing is I am parting the hair very close to the edge of the closure, maybe 1 centimeter away, and then cutting an incision going up and making sure that I don't touch the weft. I do not want to get close to any weft. I want it to be 1 centimeter in at any given point. And now I'm parting again so that I can get all the closure that I need, and I'm checking to see, hey, is this enough? Is this enough? It's about 1 inch thick, the piece that I'm getting from here, and I'm making sure I clip my hair out of the way so that as I cut, I don't accidentally cut the hair. I don't want hair interfering. I just want to cut the lace. That's the most important part. And in the very back, again, I'm going to cut. On the left side, there's still a lot of lace. That's where the bulk of my lace closure, the remainder of it is. And I'm just going to make sure that I can see the actual lace before I cut. That's very important. Again, you don't want to cut hair because then you'll have hair shedding all over the place, and that defeats the entire purpose of doing this. You don't want to waste any hair. Now I have this U-part looking wig and I'm going to close it so that I can continue to use this bob and I can use the wig that I'm about to make. Always pin stuff down. It just makes it easier to sew, you guys. If I don't pin it down, it'll be so challenging. And the thread that I'm using is from Sally Beauty. It's high strength weaving thread. I love it. It's my favorite. I always buy it. When I run out, I get depressed. But I'm sewing very small stitches. They could be smaller, but they're small enough. And I'm going all the way up, and I will come back down just to fortify this and make sure it's completely closed. We are done stitching this patient up and we are going to move on to the next one. The donor is done at this point. Now I'm just going to take this wig off and continue. So this is the dome cap that I'm using. I'll have the information down below. I got it from my beauty supply store. This is different for me because I've never used this brand before, but it was cheap. It was only $2.99. And these are all 4 of my bundles. And this is my transplant piece. I'm starting with the piece and I'm just pinning it down onto the wig cap and sewing, going all the way around. You guys, this is so much easier to sew than a regular closure or a frontal because it's so small. I love that. But I'm using the regular stitch that I always use when I'm sewing my units. It's a very simple stitch, and I will link videos that will assist you guys to help you understand like more technical things that I'm doing in this tutorial. And one very important thing is using your hand as a guide so that your thread doesn't tangle as you sew. Very important. That's pretty much it for the closure piece. Again, this hair is from Annabelle hair. This is what it looks like on the tag. I'm starting with the 20-inch Brazilian loose wave in the very back. For 14, 16, 18, and 20 inches, the price right now on their website is $160.16, which I think is very affordable. And this is the 18-inch bundle. I'm just gonna kind of zoom through this a little bit because I think most of us have an idea of how to sew a wig. You just kind of go back and forth on the wig cap after you put the closure or the frontal or the 360 in, whatever kind of closure you're using. But that's the general idea. I'm going to go back and forth, and this is after 2 bundles of hair. 16-inch bundle right here, Again, I am going to go back and forth until I create kind of like a horseshoe, at which point I will be going in zigzags to close and get close to the closure. You're gonna see it in a little while, but make sure you always pin stuff down. Pinning helps. It saves lives. I'm not kidding. It's so much easier to sew when you have direction and you pin stuff down. But here is where I'm going to go in that zigzag, and here I am with gaps right here that need to be filled with the last bundle, which is the 14-inch. I could have managed to pull this off with 3 bundles, but this is literally where I started the 14-inch, you guys. So maybe I should have calculated it better. I don't know, but I'm okay with this. Totally okay with it. And I'm just continuing to sew, and that is pretty much all there is. So now I'm parting down the middle of the closure. I want to flatten that area so that the parting can be seen and it looks natural-ish, as natural as it can look. I put some mousse on there. The setting lotion from Lotta Body is one of my favorites, and it is so cheap. I'm also using my one and only curling iron, which is also very cheap, and Black Radiance setting powder, which is relatively affordable. So I'm just putting the setting powder there so that I can define my part area, and that's all I'm doing, nothing special. And after defining my part, I decided to use the same makeup brush to curl my leave out, because this is straight hair on my leave out and wavy hair for the rest of the wig. We can't have that. That's just like wrong. So I just wrap the hair around the makeup brush, and I've done this before with my flat iron curls tutorial. I do have a tutorial showing you how to do this with a wooden dowel, but the makeup brush is a lot smoother and slicker, easier to slide the hair off. Just tap, 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 and that's all you have to do. Do not hold too long, because then the curl will be tighter, and I want looser curls, kind of like a curling wand, but my sister has my curling wand, so I can't use it, and that's why I'm doing this, okay? Another broke girl win right here. You guys do not need a curling wand to do curling wand things. I think it looks pretty good blending the textures together like this, and I am cutting the wig cap off the closure area to expose it and stretch out my wig. This is what it looks like. We're gonna put it on and style it the way we want to. I did not want a middle part. I don't like middle parts with hair like this. I prefer a side part with curly and wavy hair. And this is it. Style it the way you want, and you are done with your broke girl wig hack. Don't say I never did you any favors. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, you guys. As always, I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.